Each week we take time on our service to talk about generosity, how we can steward the resources that God has given to you and to me through avenues like tithe and offering to fuel the mission of being disciples that are making more disciples. And I'm looking forward to sharing more in the coming weeks and months about how we as a church are stewarding those resources for God's mission. Because there are some exciting things that are beginning to happen that I want you to be aware of. And I want to share some of the Apostle Paul's words concerning generosity. So listen to this. This is from his letter to the church in Corinth, 2 Corinthians 9, verses 6 through 8. He says, remember this, okay? So take note. A farmer who plants only a few seeds will get a small crop. But the one who plants generously will get a generous crop. You must each decide in your heart how much to give. And don't give reluctantly or respond to pressure. For God loves a person who gives cheerfully. And God will generously provide all you need. Then you will always have everything you need and plenty left over to share with others. Okay, when we talk about fueling God's mission, right, generosity begets generosity. That's what we see here in this passage. When we choose to give to God's kingdom work, as he says here, not out of pressure, but rather out of joy for his generous heart to us, right, good things, or should I say, God things, happen. Because we have a God who has been generous to us, who provides for our needs, and more so that we can steward well his resources. You see, generosity is never tied to an amount, but rather to the heart. See, God sees our hearts, and he invites us to trust him more as we step into giving and tithe, and above that, an offering. You are a generous people, Oasis, and I love how the Lord is going to use us to fuel, right? And I'm excited to see as we get to see more resources come in as we are generous, right, to fuel God's mission in greater ways.